Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. What day is today? Day 11, 12, 13. Day 13. It's Thursday. You're almost done with week 3. So, a couple reminders for you today. Finish your daily questions in your Google Slides, my Google Slides, that are due tomorrow. The Google Slides project, where basically you just plug in your daily questions to your Google Slides. Hopefully, you're adding pictures and making it an actual virtual scrapbook like you're supposed to. But that project is worth 20 points. It's worth 20 points and it's due tomorrow. Make sure you got that all squared away. Email me with any questions that you have. Second thing on the list, I want to talk more what it means to flatten the curve. I think I'm going to continue this project next week, and I'm going to give you a question about flattening the curve. So you read that article, you watched my video about St. Louis and Philadelphia in 1918, the Spanish flu, and we saw how St. Louis practiced social distancing, and they didn't gather, and it really shrank the curve. There's a picture of it attached with the assignment with the question. Philadelphia had a spike in deaths, and that's because they didn't cancel things like parades. There was 200,000 people at that parade in the middle of a pandemic. So the government leaders in Philadelphia made a bad decision there. The government leaders in St. Louis made a good decision by keeping everybody at home, away from each other. They had far less deaths. And another cool thing about that graph is I was watching the governor, Andy Beshear, last night, and he showed that same exact graph to remind people the importance of social distancing. All right, so here's the thing about this that nobody is talking about, and that is the inevitable second wave that's probably going to hit. So this is the first wave, and we're 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 flattening the curve in a lot of states, but then if we're not careful, we're going to be right back where we were at the start. So people haven't really been talking about the second wave as much, and that's something we got to keep in the back of our heads because we don't want this to happen again. But there might not be anything we can do because we won't have a vaccine for another year about unless they fast track one. And then lastly, I know as bad as you want it to, it's not like a light switch where we can just turn everything back to normal in one day. We will go back to normal slowly but surely. Like the governor just put in a new order yesterday where only one family member can go to the market at a time unless there's someone you have to care for, like my little brother. He's special needs, so my mom and dad cannot leave him at home by himself. So that would be an exception. So we're gonna open up the economy and open up the country a little at a time. So it requires patience. So one thing I'm really worried about is this fall is college football and NFL. I'm already missing baseball and basketball, and but football has larger crowds than both of those. So we'll see what happens. But the Dr. Fauci, one positive news that he came out with the other day was that he believes very certain that we will be back in schools by August. So next school year for sure. Not really, not sure about coming back so quickly, but I've been worried about next year for a long time. So hopefully he's right about that we can go back to normal for school-wise in August. So that's some of the current events, some news that the experts and the government leaders have been talking about. Keep up with it, and that's about all I have for you. Enjoy your day. Get those slides turned in. Let me know if you need anything.